Hey there! Let's see how we can add Tailwind CSS to your Laravel project. I have already a clean Laravel 8 installation ready, and the first thing we want to do is to add the required npm dependencies. So we are going to open the terminal and install Tailwind CSS and Auto Prefixer. We also need PostCSS, but it is already included by Laravel, so we skip it. Okay, now that we have those installed, we will create a Tailwind config file by running npx Tailwind CSS init. This will create a boilerplate configuration file at the root of your project, where we can add any custom configuration we want later. We have a better look into it, but now let's open up the Webpack mix file and add Tailwind CSS as a PostCSS plugin. Let's now open the default app CSS file that Laravel has already created for us and use the @tailwind directive to include all the default styles provided by the framework. The first one would be base, the second would be components, and the last one would be utilities. Let's save the file. Tailwind will actually swap these directives with all default styles and put them in your compiled CSS file under the public folder. Finally, let's open up the welcome blade file created by Laravel again. And for now, let's remove everything and start clean. Okay, great. Let's give a title. Let's name it Tailwind CSS project. And also include the compiled CSS file. That would be the app.css file in the public folder. Okay, that's great. Everything seems to be in place now, so let's compile everything by running npm run dev and run our Laravel app with the php artisan serve command. Okay, it works great. Let's open up the browser and admire at our blank page. Feels like adding some content would be great, so let's go back to the code editor and add a heading. Let's say, hello Laravel, this is Tailwind CSS. Okay, it seems great. And let's add some classes. Let's make the text larger. Add a color. Great. Make the font bold. Add some spacing. And make the text center. Let's save and check out what we've made. Tailwind is already set up and good to go. You're now ready to start building your UI and create something amazing. One last thing. Let's go back to our configuration file and set up PurgeCSS. PurgeCSS will actually help us minimize our final production ready CSS file by removing any CSS classes that we do not need based on our HTML markup and the classes that we actually use. Okay, we're going to point at the views folder and make it check all blade files under it. Okay, save the file. Now, PurgeCSS will run every time we run the npm run production command, and will check out all files under the views folder all blade files and remove anything that we do not need. So in the public folder you can check out the compile CSS. It's really tiny because we use very little, but you get the idea. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you like it and subscribe for more. See you on the next one. Happy coding!